Right. So, very good evening to all. Just wanted to wait for some more time because basically other people are here to join. So we'll just wait for another couple of minutes to let other people also join. So then we just get starts with the today's session. All right, guys, I'm just waiting for you to start I'm just waiting for you to join. Okay, so you joined and you went to the offline mode. So that's the reason I didn't started the session. Okay, so please make sure that from next time onwards, just see that the you just join on the given time. That would be easy for even you and me to without wasting a time. Okay. All right. So yeah. So we will make sure that we'll get start the session with the today's aspect. Okay. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is actually last class we have started some the basic syntaxes of Python programming, and also we have seen some conversions also. Correct. So then just looking forward after that is we will try to look at some little more extension to that. Okay. Yeah. So just quickly, right. So I hope you have installed your Jupyter notebook on your system. All right. So yeah, this is my I'm just giving you this installation on the day one itself. Okay, you just have a problem, you just go to the first day recording, and then you could able to see how to install the software and all. Okay, so yeah, so make sure that he make it possible to install. So that could be an easy way to make to understand, and once again I can tell you it just like easy for you to follow the sessions also. Okay. Let me just go to the yesterday's. Okay, the last day, I mean Friday. Let's quickly jump into it and just complete that, and then we are moving to the next option. Okay, so the last class, just quickly revise the things. Okay, the first thing is we have just started the data types concept. Like in data types, we have seen a couple of data types, right? In Python especially, we have four different type of data types are present, like int, and then followed by a float, then followed by string, and then followed by a boolean. These are the only four data types are present in Python programming. Okay, and as when you look at the different data types, okay, as we look at the different data types, and even we have explained you why the other data types are not present. Okay, and then we have a conversion functions here, like the conversions functions like int, float, str, and then just we are looking at a boolean, four different data types, and then we have seen some of the examples of that. Correct. Right, hopefully you have understood this topic, and you remember one thing, the data type conversion in Python is pretty much easier compared to the other programming languages. Okay, so you required a lengthy perspective in the other programming to work on the data types or data types conversion process. But in Python, we just have a very simple thing. Okay, in Python, we have a very simple thing. We just have a couple of things to be work on, and then easier for you to do the some conversions topic. Okay, and then we have seen some input function also, right? So if you wanted to check any, if you wanted to read any input from Python programming, or if you wanted to read any random value for Python programming, especially for this topic. Okay, so in this topic we are just trying to make sure that we were getting some value. Okay, we're just getting some value, and that value is supposed to be read in terms of a string in generally, so that we can able to convert that into integer. Again, we just use a same functionality as what we have used in the top. There is no much differences over here. So the differences is something which you just need to identify how a certain function is calling in Python. Okay, and then the conversion, how we do need to do the conversion. We have I was showing you in the last example couple of ways to convert it. Correct. So see that here, yeah, we have not seen the conversions, right? All right. Okay. Okay. No problem. Yeah, we have just seen how to read a input. That's it. We have seen. Okay, I'm sorry I didn't gone through the this one. The whenever we have read a input, how do we do the conversions and all? That's we have to. That's we have a pending option. Okay. Yeah. Let's quickly go through that concept. The way to convert the especially if you read terms of input. Okay. If you just look at the last cell in the given program on the screen. So in the last cell, we have wanted to read a certain integer value. We wanted to read a certain integer value. Okay, when we are reading an integer value, and basically the Python compiler or interpreter, you can say, is reading in terms of a str. It means that at the class it represents the string. Okay, now it is our responsibility. If input is in a string format, we have to do the conversion and then converting that into a specific format which we wanted in our program. Okay, so for that reason, let's see how do we do that. Okay, so we'll just create a new Jupyter file right now with the today's date. So I'm just changing the Jupyter file. Okay, and let us will make sure that we'll use a type conversion functions to input or input function, I can say. Okay, so let's see. First of all, I just wanted to read a number. By using an input, we'll just read this, correct? And then you just try to print it. Let's say and then we are just putting a n. Okay, so if we just look at this n 155, it just gives 155. Here there is no problem. Okay, but the problem is here, the type of the entered value. So what is the type of this entered value is, you can just use a function called type, and then we trying to give an input as n, and let's look at here, it just reads the value and it is right now in terms of a str. It means it is representing a class of a string. Now we have to convert this string into a certain integer format because our program wanted to let's say I wanted to do some mathematical calculations on my program. Okay, whenever if I wanted to do some mathematical conversions on my program, make sure that whatever the input you are reading, it's supposed to be in a other in mathematical format. And I mean, say integer you're expecting, it's supposed to be an integer. If you're expecting some value to be a float format, it's supposed to be in a float related stuff, correct? So now as the first aspect which I wanted to do right now is converting that into integer format first of all. So first of all, I'll tell you a traditional way to do it, then we'll go to the other way to do it. Okay, so now let me read an input here. Okay, enter a value or a number, I can say. Now after reading the number, I just wanted to convert that into an integer. I wanted to store in the same variable again without wasting any uh, memory. I mean, I don't want to store in the other variable. Right, enter number is basically n, and then we are just trying to find out the type of entered number or a value, either doesn't matter. Okay, we'll just look at n here, 155. Let's say it is converted into a integer, correct? Because we are trying to make sure that whatever the input we are expecting, that input we have converted into right now is integer format, because we have just used the int converted function for the input what we are expecting is. Okay, now hope you are clear with this. So after you are clear with this, Now let's say there would be some lengthy syntaxes as expected in your program. So taking a reading a value and then again converting into a certain integer again or printing it. It just takes you one or two sentences or one or two statements in your program. Okay. When you just taking that input or when you're trying to do that input, okay. Now we can just say that what I can do is instead of doing this lengthy process, what I can do is it's pretty simple. I just wanted to take a input and the converting at the beginning or at the time of reading itself. We can just use like this. Okay. And then you directly read a value here or directly print a value. So let's say just trying to print a value of n, and even you see that type also, because we have just used the type conversion function here, right? Okay, we can just use type of n, which representing a type right now is integer. You don't find any difference between a third cell and fourth cell, right? The only difference where we have to check it in this cells is here we have used the line extra, but here we have done everything in the single line. We are just trying to do that everything in a single line so that you don't find a much differences between the third cell and the fourth cell. Okay, so I just want you to observe these two cells for a 2 minutes time, and then we will just get back to the next one. All right, so hope you have cleared this two cells, right? And similarly, if you wanted to have some input, is supposed to be in a float value, okay, or some value you wanted to be in string, doesn't matter. Okay, you just use the input function directly. So one thing I'll tell you, the basic thing is, even you don't write this enter a number statement also, that would be a fine option. Okay, so I'm just trying to do the same and just removing this statement here, right? I don't want it to do this. Okay, let's, even this one is also be fine. Okay, even this one is also be fine here. Right. So even if it doesn't do that also, that could be a fine, because it doesn't require to give, or it doesn't require to add a statement to read some value. Okay. It just like handling some input and just crossing that input and passing that value to it. Okay. I hope you have cleared this too, correct? So if similarly, if you wanted to go for some like a float, you have to do the float function here. Or if you wanted to go for something like a string, so no need of conversion, because itself is a reading of a string format, so it doesn't require to read, or doesn't require to convert that into a string format. Okay. So then immediate after this, we will try to look at some basic supporting operators for the Python programming. We just wanted to check some supporting operators for the let's say the Python programming. Is the first one is the, for mathematical operations, we have arithmetic operators here. So let's say we have to just use something like plus, minus, across, division, modular division. In Python we have a two more extra, what is double division, and then we have a double cross. Right. So what is this particular thing is gonna do us? We have a several operators here, right? So all these operators is basically, so all these basic operators is arithmetic. Up to this you have already seen in the other programming languages, correct? The only two new things which you have to identify is these two. Okay, even okay, that's okay. Even if you know that also, that would be a fine of it. Even you doesn't know it also, we'll try to look at with a simple example here. Okay, I'm just taking a value of a is 10, and I just wanted to go for the value of b is equals to 3, right? Let's if you're trying to go for the all the arithmetic operators, I just wanted to look at all the things in single statement. Okay, let's say a plus b is equals to, so we just wanted to say a plus b here. So I guess we have no need to see the output for this, right? So then say that a minus b is basically equals to, so we just write a minus b. Okay, and then if you wanted to go for a cross, and then we are just looking at a divisible by b is equals to, we can just say a divisible by b. And similarly, as we are looking at two more things. Okay, first we have to just look at here. Up to this you might already know about this. We are just writing a divisible by b. When you write a divisible by b, you're getting an output, and the output is in the terms of a float. The output is a float value if you are using a single division in Python, right? Basically, if you're trying to use this, if I'm trying to use this, let's say a modular division of b, this is again different, guys. So this is, let's say, a modular division by b, which basically gives you the output. You already know that is a reminder value, right? So you see that the reminder value of a modular division by b is always a 1 here. But the a divisible by b, in generally you used to get some other value in the other programming. But in Python, you're getting the output, but the output is not in the expected format. For this, I'm just adding a two more operators at the end for this. Let's say print A. I'm trying to use a double division by B for an operator. We just wanted to check what is the output for it. See that the output will be the same as like single division symbol. The output is same for double division also. Okay, but the only difference is this will be gives the output in terms of a float, and this gives the output in terms of integer. There is a two differences. Okay, the output of A, both are same, both are will give you the output is coefficient only. But the output will give you the coefficient only, but the only thing which we have to identify is double division will give you something called coefficients in terms of coefficient in terms of integer format. A double cross B is equals to A double cross B, which is something like we wanted to check for 10 power 3 here. Double cross will be something like A power B, A to the power B. It means 10 to the power 3. So what is a 10 to the power 3 is going to do? 10 to the power 3 is something like 1,000. So that you just look at the output, which basically gives the output called 1,000. The only two new operators you have to identify, especially for Python programming, is the last two. Okay, which is a very other operators are the common for the other programming. Just the only new things you have to identify, the last two. Okay, so just quickly look at this program and just confirm me once you have okay. So otherwise I'll just give you a 2 minutes time. Okay, just quickly observe this. I don't know whether you're practicing or not, but just giving you 2 minutes to just look at the observer in the particular program. So hope you have clear with this basic first operators, right? Let me just take to the next operators. That is the assignment operator. I guess we don't require much discussion on this, right? We have only one operator here, that is the equals to operator. So you don't require much explanation on this. Okay. Next one is arithmetic, the assignment operators. Okay. So what is this arithmetic assignment operators? Is the combination of both, previous both. Okay. So it means like one arithmetic followed by one assignment. One arithmetic followed by one assignment. One arithmetic followed by one assignment. Okay. Right. So these are the couple of operators in generally supports for what you can call it as the arithmetic assignment operators. Okay. So what actually these two this gonna do us? Okay. So it's just a matter you need to understand here. Same, I'm just taking a is equals to 10 and then b is taking a b is equals to 3. Let us make sure that I'm trying to write a statement such a way that a plus equals to b, and just write a plus b value is supposed to be okay. So then we have, oh sorry, just have a small syntactical mistake. Yeah. Okay, so sorry, just one thing is after completing the statement, right, I just wanted to add here, first of all, let's print this. So you'll get an idea here. A is equals to A, and then we are trying to print the value called B. Then I just wanted to perform A plus equals to B, and then I just wanted to check for the output at the same statement. Let's see what is going to happen. That is what I just wanted to show you. Okay. Let us look at this point where you just have a value called 10 and b value is 3. In the second statement also you have a b value is constant, nothing but same, no changes in the b value, but the changes happened in the a value because of the statement which we have written. So what is the meaning of this statement is, it is a is equals to a plus b. This is what the meaning of it. Am I clear? So similarly, if you're writing a minus b is equals to b, which is again same, we are just trying to print a and b, that is how it is. The same thing I'm just writing for all the operators, which is look at here. Okay. And then a divisible by b is equals to, I just wanted to add that statement also. Okay. So look at here, these are the output for the given input. Okay. Just observe it for a minute and then we'll move it to the next set of operators. So hope you have cleared with this set of operators also. I'm just adding some other set of operators here. Okay. So then the next set of operators, I'm just adding here relational operators. So what is the relational operators we are talking is less than, greater than, less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, double equals to, and not equals to. These are the set of operators are available in Python for checking the relation of a two set of operators. And remember one thing, in other languages, like if you coming background of C or C++, there is some an identical thing you have to you have to just finding a difference here. There is some basic things you have to identify. So in generally, I'm just writing, let's say A is less than B. It means, let's say I'm trying to write A less than B here. What is the meaning of this output is? What is the output is going to print? This is one question we used to have every time. So this statement is going to print a output in a Boolean format. It's going to print the output in a Boolean format. It means, let's say a Boolean is, we have already seen a Boolean type in the last session also. We just like, we wanted to check the true and a false. Okay. Yeah. Similarly, if I'm trying to just look at here, say A is greater than B is equals to, we just say that A is greater than B, so that it just returns true. Like, see that the terminology of a true and false in the statement. True and false in the both the states, we have lesser and greater than symbols. Doesn't matter, the symbols is okay, but you are trying to find the output here. You're trying to check the output has been printed in terms of a true, and the output is printed in terms of false. P and P both are the same. So hope you have cleared with this set of operators, right? So basically that's for today's topic, and tomorrow we are just moving to the extension for this topic. Okay, so hope make sure that have a better practice, get trying to get a good practice on that particular topic, so that could be an easy for you to grab it for the next. Okay, so I'm done for the today's class. Thank you so much, guys, and make sure that from tomorrow log in on time, so that could be an easy for you to start, and even for me also. So thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.